Yeah, good. Legs are good. I'm really happy. I haven't been in the red on any of the stages so far. Each morning, you're going to bed a little bit tired, of course, but each morning I'm waking up and there's no fatigue in the legs. So it seems like it's progressing good. If I can get through a longer stage today without going really into the red for any long lengths of time, then it should be, I think, going really good into the mountains.
Looking at the stages, when do you think you'll be forced to go into the red first?
Well, stage 5, there might be some sections where you're going to be putting some hurt on, but certainly stage 7 and 8. 7 and 8, you're going to feel it. Possibly have to go a little bit into the red on 5, some sections here and there, but I would say everything's going to be on 7 and 8.
We know you lost a bit of time on stage 1. I haven't found out what happened.
Yeah, everyone seems to be quite in awe of that. I'll just set the record straight. I take no shame in losing time. I actually enjoy losing time. To me, there's 190 guys that can win the race, and I don't think I'm one of them. And I'd rather, not stress out and just take it easy every now and then. In the last couple kilometers then your legs aren't loaded up that much longer, and I can use that energy somewhere else for the team.
A little bit of deja vu for you, having helped Robbie win a stage and then going down in a crash the next day. A little bit of deja vu from last year. What was the first thought going through your mind when you hit the deck?
Just not again, just same frustrations than ever. I mean, I'm pretty outspoken about how, I want to make the sport better, and I want to be involved in making sure our courses and the riders are living up to the expectations of the sport. But again, it comes down to we're all part of this game, and the organizers have to take a big part in responsibility for our actions.
Yeah, how long do you think foresee it until you're ready to get back up in the front and be leading out Robbie again?
Well, today I've been given kind of the green light to just take it easy and relax. But I'm a fighter. If I can help out Robbie, and I feel like I'm not hurting too bad, I'm going to go up there and give him a help.
Did you have a chance to watch the replay on the TV last night?
Yeah, I saw it. Yeah, I almost made it by on the left side, but I think a bike caught me at the last minute and just took me right down.
We saw that Veitkus is out of the race. Can you tell me what that means for you and for the rest of the team?
Yeah, it's a bummer. I mean, he's such a strong guy, especially on stages like this. Help Levi and Contador, keep him out of trouble. And he had chances to win some sprints as well. So it's a real bummer for the team.
Can you tell us where you were when the pileup happened yesterday?
Probably about 2 guys underneath me and 2 guys on top of me, so about in the middle.
Oh man, I didn't realize you went down. Can you talk about your injuries?
Yeah, I'm okay. I've got just a small injury on the hand here, but most of the problem is sort of in the neck and the back, whether we're going to see how it is when I get on the bike today, whether it's going to hinder me too much on the bike, we'll see.
The real explanation was that everything went so well that we had the opportunity to do the sprint with the 2 of us, and Gert only had to start sprinting at the time that normally I was supposed to go, so we had the opportunity to do this, and as soon as he went, he was going at full speed, and I had my head under my arm, so I saw that Sabo straight away lost the wheel, and that's something you can only have maybe once in a career, the opportunity to do a second stage sprint in the Tour de France.
Being Belgian, I'm just curious your take on yesterday's finish, with the Belgians going 1-2 in Ghent and with Boonen apparently handing the stage to Stigmans. What was your take on that?
Definitely a very strong performance of the Quick-Step team. They had an amazing train going on, and it was impressive. I personally think that they had expected another winner. But as long as it stays in the team, I think it's great for a guy who is supposed to do the work, and then that the leader cannot pass him anymore. I think it's a great win. I'm pretty sure Boonen won't be 100% satisfied, but he will be happy for his teammate, and I'm sure it's going to pay off in the future.
Pretty simple. The group, the head group, it dictates the speed. If they go slow, we go slow because we don't need to catch them. As long as somebody's out there, we have less attacks because somebody's out there and nobody really wants to chase after them. So for us, it was just a present the whole day. We didn't have to work too much. The speed was easy and calm, so I actually did enjoy it. It was a little boring, but as I say, better boring than painful. And it's simple like that. And so then in the end he got joined by the 2 other riders, and then apparently he picked up the speed quite well. And yeah, at I would say between 5 and 2 kilometers. Oh no, that's too late. They gone. But then we had Fabian, and we had our joker. So incredible effort. Yeah, it was.
A few years ago, you would have been the sprinter one of those teams would have been riding for. Talk a little bit about the transformation for being more of a team rider and having a different role and watching the other guys kind of battling it out to decide the sprint.
Yeah, it's bizarre. I mean, it was the first time a couple of days ago that I've ever just sat back and kicked it in a bunch sprint. It's a weird feeling, but I also get a lot of satisfaction out of helping Carlos and Frank and Fabian, and it's a completely different role. And we talked about that at the start of the year. I had the classics to have a crack at for my own personal objectives, and if I come to a Grand Tour, I'm a team player, and that's I'm happy with that. It's funny, it's weird, but I like it.
Thanks, Stu.